everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Liz. So today's video we have a 90s theme. It's been a couple of months since I've done a 90s theme, maybe even longer, I don't really know, it's been a while. But every once in a while I like to get out some of my nostalgic memory collection of stuff. And actually what inspired this, I mentioned it in each of the readings, but I found these vintage pogs at a yard sale and I couldn't believe that I found them. So that sort of inspired me with today's reading. And we used some really fun cards. The question today for today's reading is just what you're meant to know. For the day ahead, the week ahead, whenever you happen to click today's reading, we had some really fun cards today. I used the Ice Cream Oracle. I used the Oracle Pogs, of course. I used actually my vintage Beanie Baby trading cards as an Oracle. And we used, of course, charms, letters, numbers. I used the pendulum today, so you can think of a yes or no question. If you're watching this and you feel like this one's not for you, then feel free to come back to the beginning and select a different group. But have fun with my readings. Remember, my readings are ultimately for entertainment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I hope you have fun, especially with today's theme. And today's video, actually, before I show you the groups, does have a bonus portion. So I'm going to go through all of my vintage Littlest Pet Shops at the end of today's video. Hopefully just as something relaxing or maybe nostalgic if you also grew up with these things. Either way, I hope you enjoy. So stay tuned for the end of the video for that. We'll just kind of sort through it. I'll give you a bit of a show and tell. But yeah, let's show you what we have here. I selected 3 different Littlest Pet Shops for today's reading. And this reading too, I actually filmed using the same cards. I filmed a reading for Patreon that's currently on Patreon, as well as actually the tour going through these pogs on Patreon. So that's there if you want to check that out. That's linked below. But yeah, let me show you what you have to choose from today. So for group 1, we have this little dog. And this one came with a food bowl and a little brush. So when you brush the dog, the tail wags. So that's group 1, and you can choose based on item or number, however it resonates for you. And then group 2, we have the little turtle. So the little turtle came with the little aquarium here and some turtle food. So there's 2 little turtles, so that's for group 2. And I'll show you more in depth of this stuff at the end if you're interested. And group 3 is the cat. So there's the cat. And the cat came with a bunch of kittens and a litter box and a bunch of different accessories, which I'll show you again at the end of the video. But yeah, that's what we have today. And we've got some I had so much fun selecting the cards for today's video as well. That was a lot of fun. Like the mermaids and dolphins. Dolphins were super popular in the 90s. I found this deck of cards too. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I really hope you enjoy. I really liked today's messages too. We got lots of detail. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this. I hope that you are having a wonderful week. I hope that this week to come is really great. We've got some fun information here. It was interesting because one group was sort of focused on relationships, one seemed very focused on work, one seemed focused on something else. So it was kind of interesting today. Lots of different kinds of messages. So I will put the timestamps below. Let's jump into it. We'll start with group 1. Oh my goodness, things are falling over. As soon as I hit record, a book fell over. Okay. If you chose the little dog, then this is your message for the week ahead, the day ahead, whenever you happen to click. Stay tuned for the end of the video too, because I think I'm going to go through this stuff. I've been like very into going through all of my little 90s collection this week. And I just uploaded almost an identical reading actually to Patreon because I use the same, I use Littlest Pet Shops and I use the same cards. So yeah, today we're just looking at what you're meant to know right now if you stumbled upon today's video. So let's see what we have here. So you've got group 1, you've got cookie dough. So building, evolution, and development. Group 1. 5 of branches, scorpion. So that's 5 of wands. Group 1. What does group 1 need to know? Love. Oh, I got that one already. So this could be in regards to a relationship that you're building right now. A relationship is changing. You're feeling struggle in a certain relationship. You're feeling tension, okay? I'm feeling like you're feeling tension, group. Group 1, what does group 1 need to know right now? Echo, the dolphin. So I just read these intuitively. These are just little trading cards, Beanie Baby trading cards that I use as oracles. So we'll get all of your cards first. We'll get your oracle pogs, then we'll dive in. Group 1, what does group 1 need to know? Nine of Pentacles. Group 1. Self-forgiveness. Sorry, I heard something upstairs. I was just trying to see what it was. Okay, group 1. What's going on? Okay, you've got reflect. You've got strength and speak up. Okay, so I know what this is already. Group 1. This is about a relationship, so just, and this could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but I'm seeing a lot of, like, even look at this with the heart. There's sort of like a feeling of somebody is guarded here. Somebody sort of has their defenses up is what I'm seeing. Now, I don't want, like, first of all, my feeling is with this connection is there's something that the two of you need to reflect on before speaking, okay? I think there's been some tension, there's been some sort of disagreement, difference of opinion. Maybe you just feel like there's just been sort of this undertone of tension. You might not even be able to pinpoint what it is. But I'm seeing that this connection is very valuable to the other person. Like, and there's almost like with echo, it's almost like two people are sort of echoing each other in a certain way. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example. It's like if one of you comes home, you've had a bad day, and, you know, that person isn't really being very receptive or engaging in conversation, and then the other person feels like sort of, you know, guarded then, right? Because it's like, okay, well, I tried to talk to them and they were very dismissive. So there's sort of like almost like this mirroring or this echoing of the two of you right now. It's really interesting. Now, I'm getting that two people, again, no, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a business partnership. This could be a friendship. But I am feeling a lot of romance from this, so of course, take it how it resonates. But this relationship I see has the strength to endure this, or has the strength. Now, of course, this is a very personal thing, so this is entirely up to you. But from what I'm seeing here, this is just a sort of like, what I'm getting is like a learning curve or a chance to speak up, a chance to have a conversation about something. You've got building, evolution, development. So a relationship or a person in this relationship, or the two of you, are going through some sort of change right now. And that's having it's sort of having its effects on the relationship here. So let's just see here. Let's read Echo. So important dates coming up or that have recently passed. You've got May 11th. Okay, so there could have been an argument on May 11th, or, you know, that week there could have been tension. December 21st. So Echo the dolphin lives in the sea, playing with her friends like you and me. Through the waves, she echoes the sound. I'm so glad to have you around. Okay, I'm seeing somebody that wants, they really value you. They really value their time with you. They want you around more, okay? So there could be something about like conflicting schedules as well with the Five of Branches. It could be like, you know, maybe one person has a lot going on or something like that. So self-forgiveness is also really interesting to see here. So I just read these sort of intuitively. I feel like you or the other person feels as though they made some sort of mistake. You know, it could have been sort of something said in the heat of the moment, or, you know, something that happened, and I feel like they're having a hard time kind of getting past it. So I do think that there needs to be a conversation. Okay, I think that there needs to be a conversation, but this is coming after a period of reflection and a little bit of time. So building, evolution, development. I actually want to get romance angels involved in the conversation here, because this really does feel like a love, something to do with love. There's just something being worked through here is what I'm feeling. Okay, so calling in your soulmate. It is safe for you to love. True love, yeah. That's the feeling I was getting. I feel like this is a very solid relationship that's just going through some sort of rough patch. Okay, so, and it seems to be in regards to communication. I'm sensing there's a need to communicate more clearly, and I actually encountered this recently, like in a relationship. So texting is not a good place to have, you know, serious conversations, or if you can sense there's like miscommunication, texting is not the place to do it. So, you know, it really kind of depends on you and how you communicate. Maybe you find it easier by texting, but maybe they don't. Okay. So there's something about finding a better way to communicate here. But absolutely, I'm seeing lots of, like, I'm seeing this relationship as solid. It's safe for you to love. Someone might be guarded because they feel like they can't open up, or they feel like they have a hard time expressing their emotions, is what I'm feeling. They have a hard time expressing their feelings. They recognize you as a true love, you know. And I feel like with calling in your soulmate, I feel like they want to get closer to you, but there's like this, I'm kind of curious what the struggle is, though. Building, evolution, development. I want to get a little bit more info. Like, what's the problem here? Because I'm seeing someone that wants to be close to you. They value you. They recognize you as a true love. They're having a hard time forgiving themselves, possibly. I'm sensing someone's going through a lot of personal changes, which is sort of having this like with echo, almost like kind of like echoing into other areas of their life. So group 1, what is going on here? What else do we need to know about this? What's the struggle here? 2 of Wands. Yeah, it seems like there was a difference. There was like clashing ideas or clashing plans. This could come down to plans about the future, plans about the evolution of the relationship, or the development of the relationship, or what you want the relationship to build into, possibly. So it seems like there was I'm honestly sensing, I'm getting like the term crossed wires, or like miscommunication. Something got mixed up. There was a difference, like something about a difference of opinion. I'm looking up to it. I'm seeing the 2 of Swords keeps catching my eye. Okay, group 1. What else do we need to know about this situation? Group 1. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Okay, so one good thing is I see this relationship is, after some reflection, is a new way of communication is being formed here, okay? But it's taking some time. Someone's learning to speak up, okay? Someone's learning to communicate more clearly. They're feeling more safe to do so. And I think that this relationship with Strength, the Ace of Pentacles, is sort of almost like starting fresh in a certain way. Or if you're feeling tension in a relationship, just know that this could actually be something that needs to be worked through. Like, this needs to be figured out in order for the relationship to continue, like, in a solid way. So what I'm seeing here, group 1, is a fresh start for a relationship, and somebody being more honest about something, like how they feel, possibly less guarded again in regards to something. But overall, I see this as a really great connection. Okay, I see this as possible true love. But I think, again, with self-forgiveness, this too is making me think like we're all human. I feel like there might have been, maybe in the heat of the moment, maybe something said, or like a disagreement. And this is such a personal thing. I mean, you'll have to determine for yourself whether or not this is something you want to talk about, but I think with Reflect, it's saying give something a little bit of time, okay? And if you're feeling tension or distance with someone, give that a little bit of time too. This person might communicate with you. I'm seeing more clear communication. With Ace of Swords, that's a really good sign. With Speak Up, I'm seeing more clear communication. Why don't we read this? This is from the original Oracle box set. So why don't we take the time to read that and see if I can find it. I just had it. We've got the pendulum too, so you can think of a yes or no question. Okay, also too, if you're having a hard, like, if you're feeling something in a relationship, it is important that you speak your needs, that you speak up for yourself, and you voice what it is that you need, or what it is you're having an issue with. I'm actually getting that right now. It's not a good thing to avoid conflict. Like, if you really love this person, avoiding conflict just to sort of like keep the peace, or not speaking up for yourself, or not, you know, it's not solving anything in the long term. It might actually create a little bit of resentment if you don't sort of tackle these issues right now. Oh, there it is. It fell down. That's the book that got knocked over. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've got Speak Up. This honestly just feels like a little bit of a bump in the road on a relationship. That's the feeling I have very clearly. So if this is like a really toxic relationship that, or something you know isn't healthy for you, this isn't what this is talking about. This seems to me to be somebody that you truly love, that you're dealing with like some distance or some sort of conflict, or you're dealing with some tension. There feels like distance, and I feel like this could be solved with a conversation. It might not be a comfortable conversation, but I feel like this could be solved with a conversation. Also, too, you chose the dog. I'm feeling like a deep sense of loyalty here. So make your voice heard, listen to those that wish to be heard, respect someone's decision to stay silent. Words are powerful, wield this power with caution and attention to detail. Recognize where words have affected you, be aware of where your words have hurt others. So I think this might go into the self-forgiveness card. I mean, maybe you said something that you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. Like, I was just so angry, or I was upset, or I was hurt, or I was frustrated. You know, yeah, I wish I hadn't said that. Like, you're only human again. It says use your words to heal. So again, maybe this is an opportunity to apologize or to talk about it, or say, you know, kind of voice how you're feeling. So group 1, that's really what I'm getting here for your message. I feel like the two of you, if there's distance right now, if there's any sort of like separation, now is a good time to just sort of reflect. I think this person's doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of thinking right now. I might want to just take a quick peek at the 5 of Branches just to see, because I've really been enjoying this book here. One of you could also be a Scorpio here. And it's interesting with the scorpion tail here, because it's aimed back at the scorpion. So I feel like something you said, or something someone said, or like this argument, like there could have been something said sort of out of, again, frustration, but it actually ended up sort of, I don't know, because the echo is making me think like it's the two of you sort of echoing each other. It's almost, it's honestly my sense is that the two of you sort of essentially want the same thing, but one of you, like neither of you are sort of speaking up about it. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like both of you are craving the same thing, or ultimately want the same thing, but it's difficult to open up about it. Building, evolution, development. Again, this is just the relationship changing, and I think this relationship is going through different changes. I think the people in this relationship are going through their own changes. Okay, let's just look at Scorpion. So that's 5 of Branches, 5 of Wands. And we'll see if the cards have any advice going forward, because that sometimes helps if we ask the card, like, what do we do? Now, we've already got some suggestions here. There's some time to speak up, or some time to reflect, I should say, and the need to speak up. So really communicating is really important right now. Okay, so see clearly, feel deeply, think creatively. Okay, so again, if you're feeling something right now and you're sort of like burying it because you don't want, you know, to have a difficult discussion, I don't think that's the best way to go about it. You're getting clear messages to sort of speak up. And this also said too, like maybe someone also needs some time. Like maybe you're dealing with someone that really doesn't, they need to sort of process or reflect on something before they talk about it. But, you know, I do think that there's a conversation coming, or some honesty or some clarity. Someone could also clarify something for you, you know, very soon. I'm also sensing that there's something sort of with echo. There's something beneath the surface. Might have seemed like a situation was one thing, right? But there's more beneath the surface going on here. So it might have actually not been about just that one thing. There was more happening underneath the situation that maybe you weren't aware of, or maybe they weren't aware of about you. So one of the keywords for this card too is transformation, which I really like, because you've got the cookie dough card. So building, evolution, and development. Okay. So 5 of Branches counsels us to discover common ground with others and within ourselves. You could also be dealing with some inner conflict. Maybe you feel like you have been possibly sending mixed messages to somebody. So maybe that's what you're reflecting on. So staunchly defending favorite ideas or insisting we are right locks us in a battle. So again, there may be a situation too where you might have to sort of see the other person's kind of side of things, or really reflect on something that maybe, you know, you decided like, okay, I mean, there's always things we can work on, right? So I think maybe you're sort of reflecting on, because this is like mirror, right? So maybe you're reflecting on, you're having a little bit of self-reflection or some honesty with yourself about maybe what you need to work on too. And I'm sure the other person has something that they have to work on, but I feel like maybe you're also thinking about what that is. So Scorpion helps us to find resolution by directing our fiery passions so that we are energized rather than consumed. One thing I'm getting for you then, group 1, is in the meantime, while you're reflecting, don't focus all of your energy on this conflict or on this discussion. What are some things that you can do in the meantime, possibly some like things that involve self-care, to sort of like take your mind off of it for a little while and kind of bring down, like I'm getting a need to sort of bring down the heat here, bring down the temperature, cool off in this situation. So open your mind, listen to others, share without judgment. By learning to handle energy cleanly without holds, you can grow as you move through any challenge and be better for it. So I think that really summarizes what I'm getting for this connection, is that this relationship is going to be better for it. I think you're building something with this person. I think this is just a challenge, a little bump in the road with communication or your needs. Ultimately, I think both of you want more of each other, or more openness, more emotion. And I think there's some sort of wall that's been built, or like defense guardedness here that I think needs to be sort of like torn down, or at least talked about. And I think there's definite signs of like new connection, restarting, starting fresh, or starting from like a better place. So I think this is going to be just fine with a conversation. So over the next coming days to weeks, there could be a conversation or somebody feeling like, okay, you know what, actually what you said that day really hurt my feelings, or look, this is why I was feeling that way. I've noticed this, I've been missing you, or, whatever the case may be. So I think that's what your message is today, group 1. Let's get some charms and kind of dive a little deeper here. We'll get letters and numbers. And I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice as well. I didn't clean up the charms from Patreon. I just did a reading for Patreon, so I'll do that really quickly. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody feels very loyal to you. They really value the connection. I feel like you both really value the connection. Okay, group 1, let's look at your charms. Let's just move your little dog over here. Yeah, the dog really makes me think of loyalty. And again, this could also be about a friendship. Okay. So group 1. Sometimes when I'm wearing long sleeves, the charms fall onto my sleeve. Okay. Get my little wand here. Bam, you've got this. So if you're sort of like sensing there's a big conversation coming up, like, you've got this, okay? Like think about maybe what you want to say. Again, with the reflection, like really reflect on what you want to say, but like, you've got this. Let's see here. Because you've got the boxing gloves. This is like 5 of Wands energy, conflict, but you also have the little gummy bears kind of sticking together here. I just want to see what else I'm getting from this. The phone, there could be a phone call coming in. The teapot too is about sharing. So I feel like someone's calling to share with you. Or again, this could just mean communication. It doesn't have to mean on the phone, but communication coming in, somebody wanting to speak to you. And then the teapot is about sharing and comfort. So someone also might feel a little bit more comfortable to talk to you after they've had a little bit of time. With the sewing machine, like I'm seeing someone wants to sort of, they want to repair this. They want to fix this. Okay. If there's something that someone wants to repair or mend specifically, someone wants to mend something. I feel like someone said something. Again, this person could have, be dealing with, something that they've really reflected on and they're ready to share with you. Heads up, start getting, pay attention. Pay attention. I'm getting, there's somebody who likes to sort of process their emotions themselves. They're very sort of like self-sufficient, and it takes them a long time. I think, okay, I'll put it this way. I think one person in this relationship is far more emotional than the other person. And it's sort of like two people kind of like getting used to that, I guess, essentially. Because you've got the scorpion with the desert image is really making me think of, like, this is very dry. Okay, this is very dry. And then you have that dolphin, which is very emotional, very emotional. So, and also with the scorpion, someone might sort of say things that sting sometimes. You know, I'm hoping it's not a situation where they're just mean to you, but again, they might be sarcastic, or the way they say things sometimes it's like, oof, like they're very like brutally honest maybe, or just the way they say things sometimes might come off a little bit like it might sting sometimes. So I'm kind of sensing like there's somebody who I guess is more comfortable with their emotions than the other person, okay? But I am seeing with this little jug here, this talks about a light, sort of like carefree time, fun time. It can talk about emotions, sharing of emotions, like an outpouring of emotion. You've got the windmill here, or I always look at this as like a windmill or a propeller. So this can be a good sign too. This can be about movement, change, fluctuation. This argument could have been about money, or money could also be a stressor, like undertone. Remember how I said feels like there's undertones to this? Money could be what it is. There also could be something involving friends, okay, like a social situation or drama. That could be going on too. And this always reminds me of Two of Wands as well. This could also be about future plans. This also could mean that this person does see a future with you, like they imagine a future with you, they think about you. The lemon always makes me think of when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I do think that this is a learning situation. I think that this will teach you something about this relationship or about this person, or possibly, again, with the little mirror reflect pog, this could teach you something about yourself as well. You know, this could be a good opportunity for some self-reflection. You might learn something about yourself that you didn't realize. You might learn something more about like what you need in a relationship, or what you no longer want to tolerate in a relationship, what you want to ask for, okay? But I think you and another person are definitely going through a bit of a bumpy ride here, trying to communicate, trying to learn each other. But I really do feel like you two love each other. And this is a great friendship. This is a great romantic relationship. This could be a great business partnership if that's the case. There's a lot of potential. And I think this is worth working through if this is for you. Okay, again, always listen to your intuition. I would never want you to work through a relationship that isn't good for you or is toxic in any way. So you'll know whether this is for you. But yeah, absolutely. I think speaking up is one of the most important messages right now. Or there will be a conversation, like you might hear from this person over the next coming days. Okay, I'm going to read you 513. Give attention. Use your words carefully. Tempers and wow. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the messages come out so clearly it just, I don't know. So tempers and passions are flaring around you, but you are being called to take the higher road. So there also could be a situation sorry, I had to clear my throat. There could be a situation where right now the best thing to do isn't really to engage until you can kind of, you know, until things have sort of tempered a little bit and you can kind of go in with more of a level head. So using wisdom with your words in all interactions around you is the challenge your angels ask you to pursue. Repeat this mantra: my spirit is tranquil. Remember to count to 10 before responding to any emotional communication around you. This could not be more spot on. That's bizarre. But anyways, yeah, I think that's perfect advice. I think that's kind of essentially echoing what we exactly got. You know, and again, you might have to repeat yourself, okay? With echo, you might need to repeat yourself when talking to this person, and that might be frustrating. Like you might be saying to me right now, Liz, I've already spoken up. I've already told them. There could be some need to repeat this, okay? You know, to explain it differently. Okay, let's get some letters. Actually, I'll do this on the table here, just so we have a little bit of space. Oh, the umbrella here. This can be about protection, like guarding. Again, like, because you think of like it's what it's used for. It's an umbrella, so it's protecting you from rain, from emotion, right? So there's someone, again, that doesn't like to deal with like emotional things. Okay. So I'm just going to flip these over. Let me know what you see. Take a look in the comments. There's always really great suggestions for the letters. Oh, I'm seeing held here. Someone wants to be held. They might crave more hugs. If this is a romantic relationship, they might crave more physical touch if that's something that you are comfortable with. Like that might come up in conversation, or maybe it's you that just wants to be held more. You want more hugs. You want more, physical attention. So that could be also something that comes up in the relationship or the conversation. Listen, relationships are work. I'm learning that more and more, that they're work, and they always will be. No matter who you're with, there's always going to be something that you need to work on. No one's perfect. There's always something. I truly believe that. Like, I don't personally believe that you're going to get into a relationship and have everything be smooth and perfect. There's going to be communication issues or trust issues to deal with, or, differences of opinion, or, all sorts of things. And things we carry from different relationships too. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I know you know this. This is all things we know, but sometimes the cards just like to repeat things that we already know. So yeah, it could be an issue of like physical touch right now, or somebody kind of craving more of that. So again, look for names, initials. Say what you want. Beg. Maybe you feel like you've been begging for something. Would. Ruin. Maybe someone feels like they ruined something, or they ruined the relationship. I think honesty is you hear honesty is a good policy. I think in this case it definitely is. Honesty with the situation is a good policy. I think someone's sort of letting their guard down a little bit with "it's safe for you to love." Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I think someone's kind of like letting down some of their guard in a good way. Like, we'll do the pendulum next. So if you need more time with the letters, definitely pause the video. Some names here, like Nat. Let's see what else. Sheila. I see Sheila. I see Greg. Do we have another G? Yeah, Greg. I see lots of different possible names here too. So let me know what you see. Let's get the pendulum. You can think of a yes or no question. I think we have the letters for hungry. Someone's hungry for attention from you. Got a no way for today. So the answer for right now is no way. But yeah, let me know what you think, and definitely stick around for the end of the video. I think I'm going to go through the Littlest Pet Shops just as like a relaxing thing to watch. And then also my Patreon, I do have the little sort through the pogs and some yard sale finds and an identical style reading with the same cards. If you liked today's reading, and if you chose this dog, you might want to check out my Patreon page. I'll leave that linked below. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And we'll see you next time. If 2 of you chose the little turtle, then this is your message for the day ahead, the week ahead, whenever you happen to click. And stay tuned for the end of the video if you want to watch me sort through my vintage Littlest Pet Shop. But for today's video, we are looking at what you're meant to hear. And I've got a 90s theme. It's been a while since I've done the 90s theme, so I brought out all of my 90s cards. I actually just recorded a not identical reading, obviously, but same cards for Patreon, so if you want to check that out. And actually, if you want to look at these vintage pogs that I found at a yard sale, I sorted through those on Patreon as well. So yeah, some fun stuff over there. I've been really enjoying the 90s theme lately, so let's dive in. Let's see what's going on for you, group 2, what you're meant to know right now. This could be relevant to a situation that's going on or something over the next few days. I'm going to have to research what that word means. Undulation. So we see an escalator here. So we see like one going up, obviously, one coming down. So I'm going to just make sure I understand that word and the meaning. So I'll take a quick second to Google it. Group, okay, you've got reason, market, and sell. So interesting. Group 1 was heavily about a relationship. Yours could be very well about work, self-employment. It could be about a business. Okay, let's see. Group 2. 5 of Wands. Second group to get 5 of Wands energy today. And you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Let's get you a Beanie Baby trading card. Derby. Derby the horse. Okay. Get you some tarot. Group 2. What does group 2 need to know? Dear, 7 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles energy today for sure. Again, it doesn't have to be about work. We'll see what else this might be, but certainly lots of kind of competitive energy here too, right? Reason, market, sell. Group 2. What's group 2 need to know? Playtime. Okay. The dolphins know the importance of playing, and joy creates miracles and manifestation. Okay, so I just want to quickly Google that word. We'll get our oracle plugs, and then we'll dive in. 1 second. Oh, I have my computer here. I didn't need to walk far. Okay, so let me just Google this. Open up Google here. And, like, my intuition is like something coming and going, but undulation. Let me make sure I'm typing it right. Okay. So the action of moving smoothly up and down. So the action of moving smoothly up and down. Okay. A smoothly rising and falling form, outline, or movement. So smooth movement up and down. The road follows the undulations of the countryside. Okay. That's cool. I'm glad I looked that up. The continuous up and down shape or movement like waves in the sea. So yeah, this is very much like ebbs and flows of something. Okay, so let's read Derby. I've got to get you your oracle plugs too, so let me just get comfy again. So important dates coming up. You've got December 15th as well as September 16th. Okay, so these are timeless readings. You could be watching this around those dates. All the other horses used to tattle because Derby never wore his saddle. He left the stables and the horses too, just so Derby can be with you. Interesting. He left the stables and the horses too, just so Derby could be with you. 5 of Wands. Okay, I think I know what this is. I'll get you some oracle cards, or oracle pogs here. Group 2. What does group 2 need to know right now? Oh, that's a lot. That's okay. I've got some fun ones here. You've got figuring it out, build. You've got the potato chip on the beam. This is one I added from the ones I found at the yard sale. You've got brain. So I'm glad to see we have a lot of moon pumpkins, oracle pogs here today. And you've got the devil. Okay, so this seems to me about, in regards to something, I don't know if it's like, I'm getting sort of a sense of like all work and no play. I feel like there is a sense, I always get this undertone of frustration with the 7 of Pentacles, okay? Because a lot of times it comes up when we're sort of at the point with something where we're reflecting. We're reflecting on our hard work, the efforts that we've put in, and what have they brought us? Like, what's growing? We recognize there's still more patience and more work to put in, but we're sort of pausing to assess. This is like an assessment card. And I'm feeling like you are really giving thought to the balance of something, because the devil is really bringing in that balance. And then the poem about Derby leaving the stables, like, I'm wondering if you're feeling like there's definitely some sort of struggle here. Like, I'm feeling like because we have playtime, it sort of sticks out here. I feel like you recognize that you need a little bit more balance here, or there needs to be more time for things that you enjoy. I feel like it's been a lot of hard work, and I feel like you're sort of, over the next coming days to weeks, something could be happening something fun that you want to like accept an invite to. Like, I feel like that's my first sort of instinct here. We'll go a little deeper. We'll sort of read along here and kind of see what's going on. But my first instinct is that this is something about the ebbs and flows of possibly business. If you're self-employed, possibly. It's so interesting because earlier I saw the self-employment card. But yeah, I mean, this could be about sort of the ups and downs of self-employment or business, market and sell, right? There's always going to be ups and downs to that. It's just kind of the way it is. You know, there's busy times in certain businesses and there's times that aren't so busy. This could also be talking about you preparing for a time that isn't busy. But yeah, I think if you chose group 2, there's something in regards to money or business or work that you're trying to figure out. I think you're trying to sort of like strike a balance right now. I think you're having a hard time. It could be that you're sort of all in or all out with something. So when you're in, it sort of consumes your mind. It's all you think about. And when you're out, it's like, oh, I don't even want to think about work right now. So that could also be going on right now too. But let's see. I think you need to have more fun with something that you're heavily focused on. I think also there's sort of an element of like, there's been an obsession with competition. Okay. There's been an obsession with like competing because you've got 5 of wands here. You've got Derby the horse, really making me think of like feeling like this is a race, feeling like this is a competition. And the devil here, it's like it's something hasn't become fun anymore. It's like a feeling of competition. So even if this isn't about work, even if this is just about lifestyle or like everyday life, I feel like there's some sort of like unhealthy comparisons or like some toxic sort of views of something that feel quite competitive. It could be someone in your life that's quite competitive and you're sort of wanting to step away from that, because here it talks about Derby left the stables and the horses too. So this too could be sort of reflecting on maybe what you're craving more of. Like you could be craving more playtime, more time. In general, today so far, there's been a heavy collective theme of like craving more time with someone. So that could be what it is too. It could be saying like right now, what you need most is sort of a light, carefree time to just sort of unwind. You could be taking a break or a pause from something. Like this is making me think of this potato chip is on a break. So I think you're sort of like taking a break to possibly figure something out. Sometimes the 7 of Pentacles makes me think of when we're pausing to assess, is what we're doing, what's the word? Creating the results we want to see. So I see this card sometimes if you do have a business or something, when it's time to adjust prices or adjust hours or things like that. So that could be going on too. Like you could be changing your schedule soon, or again, if this isn't about work, this could just be about something you're trying to figure out in everyday life. I really think it's cool too, because you've got like this potato chip on the beam with build. So I kind of want to read build and see what that says. I'm kind of just going with the flow today and letting the cards kind of lead the way. Let's see here where I put there it is. Okay, little backpack here. Let's get our book out here. This is from the Chrysalis edition. So build. Oh, my travels have made me weary. I need to put my energy where it is most helpful. I need to create a space where my lifestyle matches my new values. Okay, yeah. This feels like if you're watching this, you could be a workaholic. You could be feeling like there hasn't been much balance or much flow. You could be entering a time where things are getting possibly less busy. Things are flowing. It's okay to slow down. There's sort of, again, this competitive undertone to your reading, where it's like, it's okay to kind of go at your own pace here with the Knight of Pentacles. It's okay to slow down. You know, you could have gotten sort of wrapped up in the superficial elements of something, which happens. That happens to all of us. It's sort of like, okay, why? It's like you almost sort of lost touch with why you enjoyed something. So I feel like very soon or right now, you're kind of almost having a little bit more fun with something, or really reflecting on, is this worth this right now? Like, is this worth this effort or this time? Do I need to take a little bit more time, to do things that I really enjoy? Do I need to maybe set some boundaries with my schedule? Do I need to shift my schedule or my routine around at home? Things like that are coming up for you right now, so that might be something worth thinking about. But definitely the element of competition is strong here, like a competitive sort of feeling, or sort of observing what someone else is doing and thinking, oh, like, oh, I didn't do that yet, or that's not where I am, or I haven't accomplished that, or I'm not making that much money, or I don't have this, or I can't travel. Like, I would just remember things aren't always as they seem, okay? So there's more beneath the surface a lot of times, okay? So don't be so quick to compare where you are, what you're doing to other people. One thing I want to say for you, group 2, is I think things are sort of smoothing out. I really like how this talked about like the smooth sort of coming and going. So it could also be indicating today that things should start smoothing out soon. You might have more time for play coming up soon, okay? Maybe things have been super stressful, or there's been a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, and now you kind of have a bit of a break. 7 of Pentacles I sometimes think of as like a break. Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a breath, you know, and just sort of assess. So I think this could be a message that you've got a little bit of a break time coming up. But remember, you're still in the process of building right now. So don't be too quick to compare. You may be stepping away from something that maybe you enjoyed, but it's become all work, or it's sort of like the fun has kind of been sucked out of it. You might need to take a break from that thing and kind of reapproach after you've had some time here. You've got figuring it out. So yeah, you know, you've got, oh, this actually, oh my gosh. Okay, this describes perfectly what I was saying about the comparisons. So let's see what Moon Pumpkin wrote, because this is just beautiful. So, puzzle cubes can be really complicated to solve. We may even give up. The need to solve everything can be overwhelming and tiring. So again, you don't need to solve everything right now. Someone else can appear to have solved a puzzle cube, but we may be only seeing one complete side. So there's something you're definitely observing right now that seems like all that glitters isn't gold, right? Like you're seeing something that is like, oh my gosh, like they seem to have it all figured out. Wow, look what they've accomplished. Look at their house, look at their car, look at all these lavish vacations they're going on. You don't be quick. Like there could be some things beneath the surface, or, you know, you don't know what they're spending, or if they even have the money for real to do that. Like there's a lot of that going on here, okay? So, or even if it's just someone in your life, you don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. And not that I think you're wishing, you know, for things not to be good behind the scenes, but just keep in mind, if you're comparing, if you feel like this is like a competition here, that it's not always as it seems, okay? We will always be figuring it out to some degree. So you're always going to, like, this is going to happen again and again, because we're always changing, right? And time passes, and what once worked won't work forever. So we essentially will always be figuring it out. It's always going to be like this kind of flow of like ups and downs, right? Ebbs and flows. Sometimes we feel like we have it all figured out, and then suddenly we don't, and then we will again. So just keep that in mind. Don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like you're really being quite hard to yourself. Like watch your words, what you're saying to yourself. You could also be overthinking something. So be patient with yourself, absolutely. Clarity and solutions will present themselves in time. So you will see some solutions to whatever it is that maybe you're feeling confused about or reflecting on right now. There will be some solutions coming in, so just keep that in mind. You're currently building. You're figuring it out. You're working on it. And two, with the beam here, I feel like you're gaining a different perspective right now. You're looking at something from a different, you know, vantage point or view right now, and I think it's giving you something to think about as well. So that's interesting. Before we move on to charms, why don't we take a quick peek at brains? That book's over here. All of my decks that I use are always listed below. This one won't be, just because it's trading cards from the 90s, so you can find these on eBay though. Okay, where are we? We've got brains. Is this an original? Oh, this is the Halloween edition. Oh my gosh, silly me. We need this book. Oracle Pogs. Sorry, I'm losing my voice still. Okay, so Brains, Chapter 2. The pursuit of knowledge can be exhilarating, but beware of the need to know everything. Remain humble and open when engaging in intellectual conversation. Understand that advancements are made every day. Data fluctuates and nothing is permanent, and a lot of pressure can be relieved when we admit we don't know everything. So this is cool too. Like you might be kind of being like, you know what, why am I trying to pretend I know this? Or why am I trying to present that I'm like perfect at this? It's like, I don't need to be perfect. Listen to hear, not to respond. So that's interesting. I mean, you could be taking some time to think about something for a little while as well. You could be taking a break to think about something or let something absorb. But yeah, group 2, I think everything's going to be fine. You're just sort of in a period of time where you're figuring things out. This could come down to like schedule and routine. But yeah, you're figuring something out. I think you picked this because I bet you recently you looked at someone's life and thought, oh wow, they seem to have it all figured out. Don't assume, okay? We're all figuring it out. I'm certainly figuring it out. My life is just all over the place right now. I don't have anything figured out. Literally nothing right now. I can't even emphasize that enough. So like, no one has everything figured out. There's no real timelines. There's no like checkpoints. Like, so many things happen. There's no like picture perfect way that it's supposed to look. Everyone's situation's different. And I think if we were all a little bit more honest about like the struggles and I think we are, I think people in general are, I think I'm hearing more stories about people, you know, struggling with certain things. So yeah, I think just keep that in mind. I think you're sort of at a point where you're kind of assessing things and making some changes or making some adjustments to certain things. You're figuring it out. So be patient with yourself. This isn't a competition. You're not in competition with anyone. If you've got a friend or someone that makes you feel like life's a competition, maybe don't view their content as much. Like, you can unfollow without them even knowing. You don't even need to unfriend them. Like, you know what I mean? Surround yourself maybe too with people that are a little bit more supportive and that really want to see you happy and have a good time. Like, I think you need to do something fun right now to kind of blow off some steam. I think it's been all work and not a lot of play. So I think too, like, you need to kind of find that balance. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. Let's look at your oracle, or I can't think today, your charms. Your charms, your letters, and your numbers. Too, I like the turtle here that you chose, because sort of like slow and steady wins the race, right? We hear that all the time. So, okay. Let's look at charms. And the phrase slow and steady wins the race, it's kind of funny because it's like, some of you might think, well, no, it doesn't. Fast and steady wins the race. But what it's saying is you'll get there at your own pace, and it's better to kind of go slow with something and take things a day at a time than burn yourself out too quickly, right? Or, you know, it could also be saying like someone needs to be more humble. Like, there's lots of things you can kind of get from that. But okay, group 2. Okay, interesting. You've got the little notebook with the brains pog. It's making me think there's something with the figuring it out too. Like, you're figuring out, you're trying to work out, you're taking notes, or you're trying to learn something. You've got the lemon. Not a lot of charms today. That's okay though. You got like and lucky. Oh my gosh, this is just emphasizing my point. So like, this is social media to me. This is the number of likes someone might be getting. You might be looking at someone and thinking, wow, like they're so lucky. Like, this is, again, just remember, we don't really know what's happening. Stay in your own lane right now. This is your life. Kind of focus inward. I think the playtime card will kind of help with that. I think you need to kind of like step away from something, just like that poem talked about. Like, he left the stables and the horses too, just so Derby can be with you. So maybe you're really reflecting on what's important to you right now and reassessing your priorities. Very interesting. Okay, so you have a tantalizing prospect will come your way. So there could be like a new opportunity or something really exciting or interesting that could come up for you. Got an 8. We'll get more numbers. Gosh, I'm really losing my voice. I've been talking nonstop today. That's the thing. I'm going to read you 84 and 12, I think. We'll continue with the charms in just a second too. I haven't forgotten. I just want to look at the numbers. So 84. Let go. There's a need to let go of of a person or situation at this time. So yeah, there's something maybe you're like walking away from, a competition or something that's just been kind of more of a pain than enjoyable. You know what I mean? So your angels acknowledge the many doubts and worries that fill your head. They encourage you to not second guess your intuition and to hold on to something that doesn't serve you. Oh, they encourage you to not second guess your intuition and to hold on to something that doesn't serve you. So yeah, you could be letting go of something. Sit in meditation today and visualize your life without this person or thing in it. Is your life better? Oh my gosh. So again, why are you holding on to this one particular thing? Like, is there something you're holding on to just because, like, for appearances, or just because, like, what hold does this thing have on you? You know, that's what the Devil card is about. What hold does this thing have on you? Why is this thing important? Let's look at 12. Support, absolutely. When you take the next step, you are not alone. Life has sent you new opportunities. Look at this. A tantalizing prospect will come your way. And now is the time to embrace them with the faith that you will be supported. The things that come your way are for your highest good. Reflect on how you've been helped by unseen forces in your life. Sit in the profound realization of how support comes in many forms. So again, you know, there could have been also something that kind of halted progress, or sort of like something happened that sort of caused you to reflect, maybe, you know, maybe you realized something wasn't really working or something like that. Like, there could have been something that is actually more supportive than it initially appeared. Okay, does that make sense? You've got the Fox here. This could be about strategy. This can also too be about deception, right? The Fox sometimes reminds me of Seven of Swords. It can also be about like looking out for yourself, being clever, thinking on your feet. You've got the Bicycle. This is about pushing. This too makes me think of like the undulation card, sort of the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. Pushing, sometimes it's hard to ride a bicycle, and then sometimes you can kind of relax and enjoy the ride. Also, the wheels make me think of the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Sunflower here. To me, this is like Queen of Wands energy. It's also about confidence. It also encourages us to be positive or look on the bright side of something. So if there's situation you're feeling maybe especially discouraged about, is there sort of like something you can, even with playtime, like what can you focus on that makes you feel good or really positive right now, or gives you some comfort? You've got the little helmet here. This is about exploration, possibly diving deep into something that you really love with playtime. Could be time to dive in deep. And this really kind of fits today's theme, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of diving into your interests and passions, having some fun, not taking things too seriously, I think is really important. Chaser. So there's something like you feel like you're chasing, but why? Like, going back to that Devil card, like, I think you're sort of, there's almost like a wake-up call feeling of like getting your priorities figured out. And I really like how Moon Pumpkin wrote about, like, it might appear that someone has it figured out, but you're only seeing one side of the Rubik's Cube. So keep that in mind as well. I'm seeing you working really hard. It might be time for a rest. This is like 10 of Wands energy. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. This could be feeling sour about something, or feeling like not, like you need to sweeten up a situation possibly. This could also be about cleaning, cleansing, fresh starts. Very interesting. Yeah, your charms are a little bit direct today. We've got your numbers. Okay, so yeah, make notes right now. Maybe you're restructuring a plan or doing something like that. Let's get to your letters, and we'll do pendulum so you can think of a yes or no question. We've got another number here. What do we have? We've got 13. Okay. Okay, so look in the comments if you can't see any words. I always notice them like once I'm editing. I never see them while I'm actually looking at them, but have fun with it. Look in the comments. I see fish. I see you. See loud. I'll let you pause it if you need more time to look at it. You can pause. See wish. have a K? No, work. Let me know what you see. Check the comments. The name Kim. Let me know what you see. We'll do your pendulum. Oops. Okay, you can think of a yes or no question. Got a yes today. So yeah, let me know what you think, group 2. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. You can also check out my Patreon if you want. You can select the turtle from that message as well. On Patreon, I use this turtle for that reading as well. And then if you just want to kind of check out some relaxing bonus content, you can as well. I appreciate your support either way here on YouTube or on Patreon. And I thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next time. 3, if you chose the cat, then this is your message for the week ahead, the day ahead, whenever you happen to click. Sometimes these messages are just something that's going on right now. But as you can see, we've got a bit of a 90s theme today. It's been a couple months since I've done a 90s theme, so I figured it was time. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go through all of my Littlest Pet Shop sets. This one came with a few more pieces. And kind of what inspired this, the reason why I'm like all into my 90s things again, is because I went to some yard sales recently and I found these vintage Pogs. Could not believe that they were still there. So I went through these on Patreon, and I also filmed like an identical reading essentially for Patreon. Like I use the same cards. So if you want to check both of those out on Patreon, you definitely can. That's linked below. But today, for on YouTube, we are going to just kind of see what's going on, see what you're meant to know over the next few days to a week from whenever you click this. So let's dive in. I'm going to shuffle your cards first. Group 3. Let's see here. Group 3. What is group 3 meant to know? You've got the 3 of branches, which is the 3 of wands. Toad. Let's get you an authentic Beanie Baby playing card. Group 3. What is group 3 meant to know? What is group 3 meant to know? Rocket the Blue Jay. Okay, so I just read these intuitively based on the information on the back and the poem and the animal. So group 3. What is group 3 meant to know? Comfort. Creativity. Group 3. Have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. I just opened the deck to positive energy too. So right now it's really asking for you to remain positive about something you're working on. Group 3. Anything else we need to know? I kind of want to get 2 of these for some reason. Break free. Okay, try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. I see that with the 3 of wands here. Comfort is making me think of leaving the comfort zone. Group 3. What does group 3 need to know right now? Oh, a little bit too many. Oh, goodness. Lots of ice cream popping out of the deck today. Group 3. Bubblegum. Memories, nostalgia, childhood. That's very fitting for today's reading. So bubblegum. I love that. I love that with creativity here. Group 3. Group 3. What is group 3 meant to know today? 7 of Cups. All right. Let's get you some oracle pogs and then we'll dive in. Group 3. What's group 3 meant to know? All right. So you have, I don't know who this is. One reading I said it was Scrooge McDuck, which is not accurate. It's not, well, I don't think it is. So let me know who this is. But you can see the little flag with the $sign. You've got strained, sort of like being pulled in two different directions. You've got circle of life. It's cool. We've got some of the original Oracle Pogs here. This is from the toy collection. And a couple of these are ones I've added. So you've got, ooh, the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. You've got also, this is sort of like Knight of Pentacles to me is what it reminds me of. Okay, so let's take a look here. Just knight energy, movement. It's making me think of direction. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Let me absorb this. Actually, let's look at Rocket the Blue Jay and see what the poem is. So important dates coming up. Ooh, one's coming up soon from when I'm recording this. You've got May 30th as an important date. You also have March 12th. So Rocket is the fastest blue jay ever. He flies in all sorts of weather. Aerial tricks are his specialty. He's so entertaining for you and me. The blue jay is related to the crow. Oh, I didn't know that. And is commonly found in eastern United States as well as Canada. It is easily identified by its gray, blue, and bright blue plumage, as well as a blue crest on its head. Love blue jays. That's really cool. So, too, you know, have fun with these readings. You may feel a special connection to the blue jay. Got lots of blue here. Look at that. Blue, lots of blue. So yeah, blue jay could be an animal that is meaningful to you. Feel free to look up blue jay, you know, symbolism for more information. But let's dive in here and see what we have. So I'm already seeing what this is, group 3. You need to embrace some more creativity, some more, to me, this is about getting out of the comfort zone. So whether this is at work, whether this is just in day-to-day life, I'm getting a clear signal that someone needs to include more fun, more creativity, embrace change, embrace new opportunities, especially with the 7 of Cups, 3 of branches. This could also be a message letting you know that there's more opportunities sort of on the way in, especially with 3 of branches. I might want to read from this today. Kind of in a relaxed mood today. I'm enjoying reading from the books today, and we might even look at some of the Oracle Pogs. But yeah, with the circle of life, it's like something has kind of come to a close, I think, but it's comfortable. Like that's sort of the feeling I'm getting. Like this comfort zone is beautiful and it's familiar, but I'm getting the need for a lot more expression and like honestly like a little bit more. It's coming through as like less perfectionism, okay? Especially with this bubblegum, like kind of embracing more of like a childlike sort of energy with something, like getting creative. You could also be revisiting something as well. It's giving me like 6 of Cups energy, revisiting something you used to enjoy. Let me just put this all together here. Strained. My dog is snoring. She's super cute. Okay, let's actually look at that right now, just to kind of launch us into the reading. Okay. So, exploration, expansion, foresight, perspective. Explore more creative options. Direct desires with awareness. Okay, very cool. Getting a lot for you, group 3. My group 3s are always a little bit like there's more layers to it. I don't know why, but a couple of things. So, explore more creative options. So, our first message we're getting for you for the next coming days to weeks is to explore more, okay? 7 of Cups, creativity, this bubblegum, like kind of approach something that you're doing with a little bit more of like that childlike sort of energy. Be open to new inspiration, be open to more exploration with something, okay? Like definitely we're getting a strong message of exploring different options, okay? That's like a heavy message. So again, if you don't know what this is yet, this could also be saying like over the next little while, there's going to be more to discover, there's going to be more options to explore. So that's really actually quite encouraging. Okay, so let's see. It's saying now is the time. So like break free. Like I think this could be like group 3, you could be in a bit of a creative funk. It could have been like, okay, I've been doing the same thing over and over again. It's comfortable, it's nice, but I want more excitement. I want like a little bit more fun. So I feel like that's also coming in here. So strain could also indicate with the little money thing here that maybe this is part of it too. Like there could be like if you're in a creative field, the idea of kind of switching things up or embracing creativity or doing something different could also be a little bit intimidating as well. So let me just read this for you. Okay, I also think, like it says, you might need to adapt quickly to a new situation. Okay, something is coming in. Okay, and I actually feel like this is going to be a relief when it happens, but it is requiring you to get out of your comfort zone and kind of embrace change. I also think with Rocket, this is happening fast. This is definitely giving me 8 of Wands energy. So you've got lots of like exciting new things coming in. It's just sort of, you know, there could be a little bit of like hesitation here, but I think you're going to manage this fine. I just feel like there could be a lot more coming up that's like asking for your attention. So it says 3 fire-bellied toads look to the future. There's promise with this card, for 3 is a lucky number and toad hints at magical transformations. Dream big and bold. Quicken creative energies as you explore the wilds of uncharted inner territory. Toad pushes us to see beyond. Follow unruly hunches and inspired visions to broaden your perspective and assimilate the bigger picture. Okay, so that's giving us a clue of something that might happen. So you might have to sort of follow a creative hunch that kind of feels less, it just feels like out of the ordinary, okay? So try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. I really feel like you chose group 3 because there's something new coming in for you to explore, or you're sort of like in the midst of exploring options right now. So something could come up that's like really tempting or really fun and interesting. It's something that you're able to explore your creativity with. This could be something in regards to hobby, again, something at work, something to do with business, just something in life that happens that's kind of fun and creative and different, something where you get to express yourself. Could be about decorating, could be about work. Like there's so many things, right? These are general readings, so it might be different for each person, but the energy might, if it's for you, it should resonate. But okay. So yeah, quicken creative energies as you explore the wilds of uncharted inner territory. So I think too, you could be like kind of rediscovering certain creative things about yourself that you haven't explored in a long time, because there's sort of, again, with this like kind of going backward. This really fits today's reading, actually, like with the nostalgia is what I keep thinking, because like this, for example, like getting this stuff out did inspire this reading. I had fun choosing the different decks to use today. That was fun for me. Like it made me feel inspired. That's partially why I like decorating for readings and theming things out, because it makes it fun, right? It makes it extra fun. It kind of puts me in that mindset. So I think that's could be something similar like that you're doing. So the fire energy of this card sparks our delight as we manifest something grand. Toad helps us to see clearly and know now is the time. Rely on your innate gifts to move ahead with confidence, integrity, and self-assurance. While no immediate action is required, take care to nurture what has been set in motion. So that is really cool too. I like that message because it's almost saying like this is coming to you, but it's coming fast. So be ready to kind of explore this and have faith in yourself too, okay? I also liked how this said you're manifesting something grand, and this says your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. So that's really interesting too. Okay, so then it says, be flexible and improvise to achieve success. So over the next few days to weeks, you may need to kind of adapt quickly to something, like something could come up quick. Like you could get offered a job that sort of requires you to make a shift. If you're in a creative field especially, there could be something like an idea or a burst of inspiration or an opportunity that comes up that sort of requires you to kind of act quickly. I'm getting like a lot of messages about not hesitating. This just may be uncomfortable because I do think you're breaking free out of the comfort zone a little bit. Now's, I think, not a good time to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, because there's that one card, the vanilla card. It's like about status quo. Like now is a good time for whatever reason with whatever you're doing to try new things, to be creative, to express yourself, to explore different options, to daydream, to draw, to write, to make notes, to like all of this, right? Like you're really, and this also could lead to some more abundance. Like that could be why we have this pog. This could be talking about an opportunity, a job opportunity coming up. Okay, so it says curious and fun-loving, Toad leaps quickly and adapts easily to new situations. So that's what I was getting with the rocket. I think this is going to happen quick. And it also might have something to do, I'm getting, with like something you're uniquely gifted with, like a creative gift that you have. And you might be thinking, okay, well, I don't know if I'm creative, but you likely are. Like there's something you have a unique gift to do. Okay, so you might need to adapt quickly to a situation. So it says, loosen up, look around, consider unusual ideas, and allow passion to guide your projects, relationships, and plans. So that sort of gives us an example of what this might be. This could be about a project. This could be this could be about a relationship, a plan that you have. I think you're just going about it in a different way. I also think you're not taking this too seriously. Like you're sort of, there's kind of a go with the flow, sort of like, again, I think I mentioned it, or I don't know if I just thought it, but you're really kind of breaking free from perfectionism with the bubble gum and the pencil crayons or colored pencils. Someone laughed because they're like, I can tell you're Canadian because you called them pencil crayons. But anyways, with the bubble gum, it's making me think of like coloring outside the lines, like not needing to be perfect right now. So Toad enhances intuition, enables smooth transitions, which I think this will be, and inspires us to transform the world. Pay attention as you may learn what creative energy really means. Okay, so that's a big clue too. I think some of you may need to adapt quite quickly or really think on your feet in regards to something. Again, I think this comfort card is talking about leaving the comfort zone a little bit, which I think is a good thing because I think this is going to open new opportunities for you, especially if you're in any sort of creative field, on social media, things like that, like new opportunities could come up. I think too, now is a good time to possibly collaborate, like, and maybe again, like break free, meet new people. I think this could be a social time for you too. Sorry, I had to cough there, but yeah, it could be like a social time. You could also be feeling inspired by other people. So again, that's a reason why I think you should embrace like invitations, things like that, like things sort of coming at you. I think, here's the thing, again, I think these things are coming at you. Invitations, opportunities, things are coming towards you, but you could also decide, okay, I'm closing the door. I don't want to leave this comfort zone. I think it's time to get creative, get a little messy with something, have some fun. Don't take something too seriously. Kind of go with the flow. Things are going to happen quick. Think on your feet. Don't expect perfectionism right now. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for expansion and exploration and growth and trial and error and messiness. Like this is really what I'm feeling here. Your fantasies too. You may be really in like fantasy daydream mode. I think you're getting lots of really interesting ideas. Write them down. Okay, now's a good time to write them down. And again, this could be leading to a little bit of abundance, especially if this is connected to work. Okay, you've got strained here, so I feel like, again, like you may be feeling strained or pulled in two different directions. Let's see what that one says. That's from the Nostalgic Toys collection. Even for your group, I kind of got more energy. It's like, I think I didn't want to look at the time because I didn't want the time to get in my head. I think it's probably midnight right now. But I'm feeling all of this energy. Like I was kind of getting tired before I started your group, and now I've got like this burst of energy. So I'm like, yes, that's awesome. So you may be stretching yourself too thin or overexerting yourself. Be gentle with your physical body as well as your mental and emotional energy. So that could also be a good reason to kind of embrace this energy. I think you might also just need to have some fun right now. It also says here, ease into stretches and new situations slowly. So that's interesting because this was kind of letting us know that this is coming at you quick. I think what this is saying is don't expect yourself to be perfect quick, or don't expect yourself to like, you know, completely feel comfortable quick. Like you'll find that comfort with time. Okay, so set boundaries. You are in charge of how you move. So through this, absolutely, you can still set boundaries. Even though you're sort of getting out of your comfort zone, still pay attention to that. Don't force it. It may be time to sacrifice something to make room for yourself in your life. That's cool. So over the next coming days to weeks too, you could be letting go of something to make room for something new or something creative or something fun that's really important to you. It's okay to rest. So this creativity could also be a form of rest for you or a form of like self-care for you. So that's important too. But yeah, the circle of life, like something to me is like it's coming to an end, but it's opening up new beginnings. And that with that kind of comes that sort of unfamiliar discomfort. Okay. This is making me think of like, actually, I just thought of Tony the Tiger telling you that you're great, honestly. But yeah, this is just making me think of persistence and because that song, The Eye of the Tiger, just came in. I also got something, someone else has their eye on you, okay? Especially when it comes to your creative talents. Somebody's kind of like watching something that you're doing. So very interesting. Let's look at your charms. And you could think of a yes or no question for the pendulum. All right, sorry, I had to clean up group 2's charms. So let's do charms, and we'll do angel numbers as well. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay. So you've got the leg here. So to me, this is like stepping into new experiences. This makes perfect sense with your reading. Let's see, you've got an Aries here, and you've got the saddle, and you've got the dragon, you've got believe, got like 10 of Wands energy, heads up, Queen of Wands here. Okay, sorry. Okay, so a couple of things here. I think I'm getting this message here of like you're kind of like, one other group kind of got something about, I think this was on Patreon earlier actually, but there's something about like being afraid of your own potential. I'm kind of getting that a little bit with you, sort of being afraid of that sometimes, but this is like Queen of Wands energy. I'm feeling like you're not afraid, or you're sort of entering a time where you're not afraid to kind of step out and be different, to kind of stand out a little bit. Now this is really a good time to do that. And even if this is just expressing yourself creatively through the way you dress or your hair or your decorations, like I think you're sort of tired of like sort of this something that's become boring to you, or like again status quo, or sort of like usual. Like you're really craving, I think, color and vibrancy and expression with something, whether it's at work or in your day-to-day routine or at home. Like there's something about standing out, not being afraid to kind of shine and stand out. And also too, I'm getting a lot about like how this creative expression is going to be really good for you. You've got here the camera, this creative expression, like there could be something about photography. This can sometimes link to social media apps like Instagram or something like that. This could be telling you to explore photography in a certain way. But this is also like savoring the moment, being in the moment. You've got the little bow here. This can talk about gifts. This could indicate a gift coming to you, or for you to share your gifts, which I definitely think it is. You've got like, again, the lock, like there's something you're sort of keeping locked up or like hidden, a gift that you have or something about yourself that you want to explore. Maybe there's something creative you've been kind of wanting to do, but you're like, oh no, you know what? I don't have time for that with the strained pog. So it talked about maybe having to like make time. Like this is important. Like these things that you want to do just because they're fun or it's an outlet are really important. And for you, I think there's a direct connection to exploring your creative side with like different opportunities coming in, different exciting things, and meeting new people too. Like breaking free from the routine and trying something new. You're really entering a time of like embracing new experiences, group 3. I'm really seeing that strongly for you. You've got 10 of Wands here. There was a bit of a theme today of like all work and no play kind of theme here. I think you need more play. You've got believe, so there's something you're having to like believe in yourself with. Okay, heads up. So heads up is all about paying attention. So it's asking you to pay attention to something that could be coming in, because again, I think it's coming in fast. Okay, doesn't mean you have to like feel like things are perfect or like completely settled right away, but you know, things are coming in fast, like something's happening fast. I think your reading as far as timelines might be happening the soonest out of all 3 groups. Maybe that could be a clue. Again, I'm strongly getting like someone has their eye on you, especially like they could, if you're a photographer, for instance, like someone could be taking notice of your photography or something you took a picture of. Like there's the camera's really jumping out to me today. A lot about persistence today. This is about persistence, hard work. This could also be about decision making. You could be making a decision. The book is about research, knowledge, gaining more information. This can also talk about information that's going to be revealed to you. If it was like in Lenormand, it would be information that has yet to be revealed, depending on its kind of place in the reading. You've got the moose here. You could be Canadian, I don't know. But yeah, the moose to me is just about strength, standing firm, not kind of, I think not underestimating yourself too, because moose, like people, I think forget how massively powerful a moose is. You know, when you see them, it's almost like shocking. So they're sort of like, to me, this is just about strength and power, inner power or inner strength. You've got, again, Aries, you've got the Saddle. The Saddle can indicate trying something again. It can also talk about support. I'm seeing support here. Even though this isn't the Three of Pentacles, I'm strongly getting like Three of Pentacles energy here with the Three of Wands, like collaboration, creative collaboration specifically here. I think there's like people you could kind of team up with or connect with over similar interests or memories, things that you both enjoy doing. Things like that. But I wouldn't turn down invitations over the next few days to weeks. Like, really get out there. Don't be afraid to shine. Now's not a good time to kind of hide away or not express yourself, because there could be a reason, okay? A lot of times these readings are a little bit cryptic in that they don't tell us why, but there could be an opportunity coming your way. Look at this, as I just say that. A tantalizing prospect will come your way. That one fell out. So something's coming your way, all right? I'm really strongly feeling that, group 3. So just be aware. Heads up, pay attention, be open to different things, be open to exploring and breaking free from something right now, expressing yourself. Don't be afraid to color outside the lines, like we saw with the pencil crayons and the childhood card. You know, don't be afraid of that. You'll get comfortable as you go too, is another message I'm getting for you. You'll get comfy as you go. Let's get you an angel number. All right. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that was on. You might have noticed. You've got a 5 here, and you've got 12 and a 2. I'm going to read 512 just because that's the one I knocked over. So I'm going to read 512 from the Angel book for you. Okay. Let's see what it says. Play fair. There are 3 sides to every story. Interesting with the 3 branches. In the present situation in your life, it may be easy to choose a side quickly. However, your angels are reminding you that the truth lies somewhere outside the individual perspectives. Model an example of compassion and fairness as you lead others to rise above jumping to an unfair conclusion. Interesting. So that could also be something that's coming up over the next few days. You know, it's saying avoid jumping to conclusions right now. There could be 3 sides to a story that you're experiencing right now. I'm also going to read 25 here for you. And we'll do letters. Major decision. You already know what to do. Your soul is calling out for change, yes. And you will have to make a choice as to how to go about that. Have confidence that in your heart you already know the answer. Repeat this mantra, I will make the right decision at the right time. So that's when the 7 of Cups can kind of be confusing, because sometimes this indicates like feeling sort of overwhelmed by options or choice, sort of hesitating, not really knowing what to choose. We can see this card when we're second guessing ourselves. The good thing about the 7 of Cups is if you've picked something and you decide it's not for you, you can change your mind, right? So sometimes it's just about trusting your intuition and just choosing what feels right for you in that moment, what feels, right, knowing that you can change your mind later or change things later that better suit you, okay? But yeah, I think this is super cool. A tantalizing prospect will come your way. I'm really sensing that for you. Something out of the ordinary, something different, something kind of exciting. Let's get you some letters, and then we'll do the pendulum. And then I'm going to stop talking because I'm losing my voice. I'm not the best at finding words, so feel free to take a look in the comments. I think one might have fallen in my sleeve. Nope. Okay. That happened earlier. Yeah, I have no idea what time it is. I'm assuming it's got to be like 12:30 in the morning. Okay, I really, really wanted to get this done. So I got a different job, like I got another job outside the house. So I'm kind of trying to, I think it's good because it's given me a little bit more structure, but at the same time, I'm trying to like manage the things I want to do. And that could be kind of what your reading is about too. Like with the strained pog, you could be kind of trying to include more time for creativity, breaking free out of the routine, trying to embrace more fun things in your life, more nostalgic things. I think this is a good week too to watch, watch a movie that you used to watch growing up, or like go pick yourself up some crayons and coloring books, or like some sketch paper, have fun with that. Right now, there could be something to that. You've got tea, you've got gentle, as, so be gentle with yourself. I see, oh, you've got the word time as well. So yeah, let me know what you see. I'll give you a moment if you want to pause. Okay. Let's see here. Do we have an M? Sometimes I don't see the letter, and then when I'm editing, I'm like, yes, we had it. But yeah, I was gonna say time. I see T. I see. I always see them after when I'm editing, or I'll look in the comments, and there's always such good suggestions. Rest. Song. Yeah, I see fun. Do I? Do we have an N? Yep, fun. Have fun. Embrace more fun. So let me know what you see. That's what I see so far. Okay. I see the word I thought we had a P. I was going to say spark, like spark of joy. Focus on things that spark joy. I see tidy. Yeah, look for names, initials, and stuff too. Okay, let's look at your pendulum. And then that'll be good for today. And thanks again for hitting that like button and subscribing. All of that helps my channel. Okay, group 3. You've got a no way for today. So no way for today. Sometimes that just means there's something better, or there's something different, or it means that it's simply no way for today. You can come back and ask again. But yeah, let me know what you think, group 3. I really hope that you enjoyed today's reading. I hope you have an awesome day. Stick around if you want to watch the little relaxing portion of this video, and yeah, we will see you next time. So we are going to take a look at the Littlest Pet Shop case. This is the little carrying case that came out in the 90s. So most of this stuff I think is from 1993, 1994, around that time, but this case is super cool, and this is something I had growing up as well, but this one has all of its pieces still. So that's the case, and I'll turn it around, and considering this is like 30 years old, it's actually in pretty great condition. Like the fact that the stickers are still there, it's looking pretty good. It's got like a little window. So turn it around for you, and then there is the back of the case. It's a Littlest Pet Shop, and this cardboard piece is sort of rare to find, right? Because it you know, these kinds of things fall out and then they get lost or damaged, so I was happy to have that. But yeah, this is a cool little case, and I tried to fit most of my collection in here, but there are a few items in this bag that didn't fit in here, but pretty much all of it fits in here. I did let go of a few pieces, and my friend who I grew up with actually gave me all of her vintage Littlest Pet Shop stuff. So there's one of her things in here, and then I think like a couple years ago I ended up parting with a couple of things, and just sort of chose the ones that I either remember having or remember playing with. So there's about 4 pieces in here that I did have growing up that I remember very clearly, and then some that my friends had. So I'm going to get this set up in the tripod, and then I'll show you what's in here. I'll just give you a quick little scan. It's not very organized right now, so I thought we could sort through it, and I'll show it to you, and let me know, like, does any of this you know, unlock a memory for you. Do you remember any of this stuff? If not, that's okay. It might still be entertaining to watch. So let me get you set up, and I'll show you the whole case inside in just a second, but I thought I would just sort of set us up here. We can go through them. So I think to start, I'll start with the ready-to-go pets. There's quite a few ready-to-go pets, and what these were, they were just sort of smaller sets. So there's different kinds I'll show you, but these were the little cases that I loved. This is definitely one that I had. These two I didn't, but I always loved looking at them. So I'll show you what they are. So there's first the little cats. So here's the case, and then inside there's a little newspaper, and you could name your pet. So you could name your pet, and there we go. Okay, so this one is the little cat. So yeah, this one I definitely remember. Very cute. And this one has a little yarn, and it has a magnet in it. So the cat's head has a magnet, and you could sort of, this one's not as strong as the other cat. Yeah, this one doesn't have strong of a magnet, but yeah. So that's what that cat came with. And they all came with little food dishes. So this cat had a green food dish, so that's cute. And then I have this cat. And this cat looks like the ones I had growing up. This one had a yellow food dish and the blue yarn. You can see this one's a little stronger, the yarn, so yeah. So same kind of thing, you've got your little tag, you could name your cat, and then the newspaper. And I think the dog has different newspaper, I'm pretty sure, but there's the two cats. And then here is the dog. So this one I showed my friend. She was like, oh my gosh, I remember this one. And this is actually what we used for group 1. So let me know if you chose this one. Where did I put the little, oh, there, the brush is attached. So this one has different newspaper. And this one, you would take the little brush with the magnet and you brush the dog and the tail wags. The little red dish. So that's those ready-to-go pets. And I would use this stuff for my Barbies too. Growing up, I would always include this stuff whenever I'd play Barbies. I actually had, or I actually have, a couple years ago when I was buying all of this stuff, I was buying a lot of this nostalgic stuff. I bought the same, it's like a pet grooming Barbie kit. If I can find it, I'll get it out. If not, I'll have to do a separate video. That's the thing. Like, if you like this kind of thing, if you remember this stuff, or if this is relaxing or enjoyable, I could go through, I've got like vintage Barbies from the 80s and 90s. I've got Beanie Babies. I've got Trolls. I have quite the collection of stuff. What do I do with it? This is pretty much it. I show it in videos, or I sort through it. Sometimes family members might, play with it. I'd love to display this stuff. That's kind of the goal, but I actually have less space now. I moved back in November, so I've got less space now. So most of it's actually in bins in the back room where I'm staying. But eventually it'd be nice to have some shelves. So here's another ready-to-go pet. And this one was my friend Jill. So she gave me some of her stuff. And I didn't have this one growing up, but she did. And we've been friends since grade 2. So these are little hamsters. And she named them Tick and Tack. So shout out to Jill. And it's cool because she obviously took care of her set because it still has the little shreds of paper. But these ones were fun. So they had the little wheel and the little water bottle here. And this one sort of just sits up. And then this one has this little metal ball here, so you could put it in the little wheel. So super fun. So Tick and Tack, cute. And that's the case. Okay. And what else should we look at? Okay, we'll just kind of go down here. So this was, and this actually, I wanted originally to kind of have all my stuff stored in this case, but this set, unfortunately, is too big, and then this too. So this was one I really remembered loving. This might have been the first thing I repurchased as an adult, like nostalgic toy to collect. So I was super excited to find this one. So you take these tubes And this is a little Ferrero Rocher case. If you ever find these Ferrero Rocher cases with the chocolate, keep the case because these are really great for storage. You could store lots of things in here. But yeah, you've got this goes with it. And yeah, I store all like the little smaller pieces in here. So I'll kind of have to go through and remember what goes with what. Let's see here. I have a water bottle. I'm assuming one of these, yeah, it must have been like this little food dish. Okay. I'll show you all the little pieces too. Okay, so this is what this one did. So this came with this little wand, and then the food. And you could take the lids off. And then you have 4, I think, gerbils. I don't know which one is a hamster, which one's, I think these are gerbils. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. So, let me just show you. This piece, I don't know, must have came with one of the things Jill gave me, but okay, so you've got your 4 little gerbils. So this one, same kind of thing, has a little metal ball, so this goes in the wheel. Then you've got these 2 here, which are really cool. I'll show you what these do in just a second. And then this one I always loved, sort of just sitting up here. Look how cute. So let me show you what these 2 do. So these 2 have magnets, and what you would do is you put your little gerbil in there. You take this magnet, and then you could have the gerbil go up through the little tube. So it doesn't want to go. And you could like move them around here too. That was kind of fun. Like you could have it go through there. So see what I mean? Like it was really fun. But yeah, I had wanted to start a channel just for like this stuff, going through nostalgic things and different interests that I have, but maybe one day. Okay, so that was the set. Then you had the little lids. And then I'll show you here. You can see there. Got the... There we go. Maybe these are the hamsters. I don't know. Let me know. Were the other ones gerbils? Were these the hamsters? I don't know. Okay, so that was this set, which I loved. Okay. Okay, so what should we do next? Actually, let's go through the one that was in... So I didn't have this set, but a girl who lived down the street from me, we would all play with like all of the Littlest Pet Shop stuff. So this is this set she had. I always loved it. So when I found it, I couldn't resist. So I'll get the pieces to this. There's the little fishing pole. There's a little bucket with some fish. I think there's one more thing. Maybe not. And I don't remember like what food dishes went with each. Like there's a few I might be able to remember, but yeah, I think that's it there. So I'll show you what this one did. So you had the seal, and when you would turn the ball, the seal would clap. So that's what that one did. Hey, sorry, I had to pause for a second. I'm back, and I put lotion on because my hands are dry. Okay, so where was it? Yeah, the seal. And then, sorry, I'm just rubbing in the lotion. Then you had the little polar bear, so same kind of thing. They use magnets a lot for these little toys. So same kind of thing, the fish and the magnet. So I've used this actually in a winter pick a card reading. I use this little thing for the background. So then I think this sits, yeah, I think that there. Oops. Okay, and then you have the little penguins with the little metal balls, and they would go down the little slide there. So super fun. I've thought about letting this one go again just for storage purposes because everything else fits so nice in this little case, but I think I'll hold on to it. Why not? Why not? So that's that set. Okay, what next? Let's look at the little Yorkie set. So a couple years ago, me and my friend Brooke were sort of both wanting to collect a few of these nostalgic items. So I got her the it was a horse set, like a little stable, I think, and then this is the one that she picked for me. Where's the mirror? So this one is a Yorkie, and because this one was like, it had all of the pieces, including the little card here, information on the Yorkshire Terrier. So that was that, and then this was super cute. So I was super happy to see that this one had all of the pieces. So the little bow, you could put the bow in, and the tail, like if you pull the tail, the top of the hair gets shorter. Same kind of thing. So you could have fun and do little hairstyles with this one. And then it came with a little comb and a little brush. And I think this leash came with this set, I'm pretty sure, but then you'd have, sorry, I was running low on batteries. I had to plug this in. But then, yeah, you put the little Yorkie in the bed with the mirror. Super cute. So that was this set. So I'm happy that because like this stuff gets lost over time, eh? So it's really kind of fun when you find it with all the pieces. So there's the Yorkie. And then let's look at the little dog set here. This is a fun one. And yeah, let me know, did you have any of this stuff? Do you remember it? I like looking at this stuff too. Like I've seen some videos of people finding this stuff at, you know, yard sales or thrift stores or showing this stuff. And some of these things sort of unlocks a memory. You almost kind of forget about it until you see it. So each of these sets with the babies came with 5 babies. You can find, I hope I'm not missing one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Oh, there's one. Okay. So there's that. And then this one had a little fire hydrant. Sorry, can't see there. Fire hydrant and one of these food dishes. We'll just say that one. And I think this little comb or this bone. I can't really remember, but one of those. So that's this set. In this bed, I don't know if I think I just had the bed that I must have got at a yard sale when I was little, but we used to use this stuff for Barbies. Again, like we'd always include this stuff. This would be Barbie's dog. So I'll show you the little puppies. 1. That one's super cute. I don't know what kind of dog this is. Let me know if you know. Is this like some sort of terrier? I'm not sure. And then there's the mama dog. Little fire hydrant, a little comb, a little bone, and then these had magnets in it too. So, and then you could use these with the little puppies. But I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working, but yeah. So that was a little dog set. Okay. And let's look at this one, the cat. This was for group 3 today. Okay. So this one came with this cute little, here, let me let it focus here. Cute little litter box with the little paw prints. And there's a little bowl with some spilt milk, more paw prints. So this was super cute. And a little scratching post, yarn with the magnet, and a little dish. And here's the cat with all of the kittens. I always liked this one. Good. Oh, so cute. I think this one has a magnet. Yep. And I'm pretty sure the mom is, yeah, the mom has a magnet too. So yeah, some of the kittens attached to the mom there. So yeah, that's the little kitten set, the little cat and kitten set. There's that. Like I said, we'll organize this at the end. Let's look at these ones. These are actually from a kid's meal. So they're Littlest Pet Shop, but they came in a kid's meal. So got this little dragon. So you've got this dragon. So when you turn the tail, the wings flap. Then there's this little white and pink tiger. Then the little swan. And the unicorn. And I do remember having this unicorn for sure. The head goes back and forth. So that's those. So let's look at the turtles. The turtle was for group 2. And the accessories for this one. Some turtle food. I don't think it came with these 2 boxes. I think one of them must have come with my friend's stuff. Got a little water bottle there. Oh, and I'm assuming one of these foods, probably one of these little ones. Okay, so each of these turtles, so this one has this little mechanism here, so it would go kind of like, it's kind of hard on this tablecloth, but go back and forth, and the head would go in and out. So there's a little turtle. And this is the one we used for the reading, so the little legs move. Got a little food dish. And this set had a daytime and nighttime scene. So this one's the nighttime scene, which I always liked. A little palm tree. Little turtle food. So yeah, I don't think it came with both of them, but yeah. So there's the little turtle set. I always liked this one too. We have another ready-to-go pet. This one was cool. I didn't have this one growing up, but I found it as an adult. So ready-to-go pet, and it's a little cage that's much too small for this bird, but so same kind of thing. Come with a food dish. This one was cool. It came with a ring. So you've got the little parrot there, and when you push down on this one, I'm trying to be gentle here, the wings flap. And you could take the parrot off of here, and this doesn't fit me now, but you could wear the little parrot as a ring. So that is the parrot. Is it a parrot? Some sort of, I think it's a parrot. And then the little cage you could kind of lock like that. All right, we're almost through these. Let's look at the bunny set, and then I'll show you some of the accessories. So we'll do the bunnies next. So one of these came in its own basket, like just the bunny. I think it was this bunny here, and then this one came with the babies. So similar to the other 2, there's 5 little babies. And then this one has some veggies. So there's 2 lettuce and 2 carrots. So one of these, again, like one of these came with this set. So like one of these baskets would have had 1 rabbit with the veggies. Food dish. I think it would have been probably this one. And this stuff like could have came out of, oh no, I think it was the green one actually. I think this one had the green. These little cases are really handy. Oh, now there's this piece too. So you got the little carrot patch, little piece of cardboard here. Happy to have this piece with it. And then the little babies. You've got the little lettuce with the magnet, the carrots, and then this food looks like spinach. Then you've got the little magnetic bunny here and a little basket. So I don't know like which one. I'm pretty sure this came with the babies, and then this one was its own little ready-to-go pet type thing with the lettuce. And then there was this little like grass patch here, so you could put the little babies in there. Yeah, this one was cool. It came with like lots of different pieces. So there's the bunny set, and I think that's it for the actual sets with the animals. But I do want to show you what else is in here, because I think the case came with these foods. There's like little there's little critter snacks here, puppy food. So when I was little, I would set this stuff up and have kind of like a little store. And if my Barbie stuff isn't too far back in storage, I'll show you the little pet salon set that I had. There's some bird food, fancy cat food, and pet powder. Little cans. Then some extra little bowls of food that must have come from the stuff my friend gave me. So yeah, I'm going to put this stuff away, and then I'm going to try and find that Barbie set and set that up and kind of show you what that came with, because I would use this stuff together. I'm just cleaning this stuff up, and I realized I forgot to show you this. So this little counter. So it had a little cash register. It only came with one. I think I remember the green one. And then you could take you would take the little cash register and then the little food, and you could set up your little pet shop. So that's basically like, as far as this stuff, I usually stick between, I would say like 1993, 1997, around that time is like the most nostalgic for me. So if I can find it, I usually add it to the collection. But again, like, I'd love one day to have somewhere to display it. I mean, it's been fun. I've had family members play with this stuff, and you know, but it'd be kind of cool to be able to display it. But this little shelf is super cool, and then you could store your little items in there. So yeah, that is the Littlest Pet Shop set. So let me know, which one was your favorite? Which one did you choose for today's video? I'd love to hear. If I can find that Barbie set, I'll include some video footage of it, but all of that stuff is like deep in storage right now. I have one really good friend who collects like Barbies from like 1959 all the way to like early 2000s, I would say. So her collection is amazing. I'd love to show you that too, but it's one of the things we enjoy, is looking for vintage Barbie. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was relaxing for you. I think I'm actually going to put the babies in the Ferrero box. Yeah, these little boxes are so useful. I'm actually surprised I didn't lose any of this, because when I was packing to move, the case had opened at one point and some of the pieces kind of went all over the place. So I had to double check and make sure I didn't lose anything, but I lose stuff, so I'm actually surprised I haven't lost any pieces. But I've used this stuff over the years for pick-a-card readings, and yeah, sometimes I just look at it, makes me happy. So let me know what you think. What was your favorite piece? This little hamster set here, whatever they are, gerbils, hamsters, is probably my favorite, I would say. And the most probably memorable. Then I just put these little kids meal pieces in here. When I was a kid, I used to just love organizing this stuff. So sometimes I would just sort of take it out just to kind of reorganize it. Which is funny because I'm just not organized at all. Like not even a little. With certain things maybe, but generally it's kind of funny that that's what I used to do, is just kind of take it apart to organize. So if I didn't have that big, you know, that winter set, I would probably take this apart and store it in here. But the plastic over time gets kind of brittle, so I don't like to do that. But yeah, that's the Littlest Pet Shop. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Kind of random, but hopefully nostalgic or relaxing for you. If you do want to see like other collections, let me know in the comments. I've thought about starting, I think I mentioned this, but I've thought about starting another channel just for other things, like different collections that I have and different other things that maybe aren't necessarily tarot related. For now, I always try to find a way to incorporate this stuff into tarot if I feel like sharing it. So yeah, let me know if you want to see, because I've got like really vintage cool Barbies. And do you remember the puppy surprise, kitty surprise? I have those, the exact ones I had when I was little. Thanks to my mom for keeping that. But yeah, I've got some cool, really memorable stuff in my collection. So if you want to see more, definitely let me know. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you next time. Storage. This is where I keep. Luckily, where I'm renting right now has this back room because, oh gosh, like I got rid of so much stuff when I moved. But you know me, I'm not a minimalist. I'm a collector. I've got all my Halloween craft stuff, Beanie Babies, Barbie, and that's what I'm looking for right there. So I'm going to get this, and I'll show you what I used to use. Again, some of this is stuff I remember or just stuff I started collecting as an adult nostalgia collector. Like this is a really cool thing. So yeah, I want to like show more of this. It's better than just sitting in storage, but I do want to get this out. This is something I did have. This is one thing I did have. A lot of this stuff too, as an adult collector, it's kind of fun because growing up, I found most of my Barbie stuff at yard sales. So I'd have like pieces of sets, which I loved. I didn't really know the difference, right? But now that like I found things as an adult, it's really fun because you can find all of the pieces. That's kind of the fun thing about eBay and Etsy and different things like that. Okay, so I'm going to get this out so we can quickly look at it, and then that'll be okay. I got it out. Okay, so this is the Barbie So Much to Do Pretty Pet Parlor. So this came out, I think it was like 1993, 4, maybe around there. 1995. I got this for my birthday one year at a birthday party, and so now I have it at age 36 too. Cool, eh? I know some of you are like, wow, Liz, get a life. But I know some of you do like this stuff. You do enjoy the nostalgia. Okay. All right, so just to show you what I would do, I know this is kind of like not necessarily Littlest Pet Shop related, but this is stuff that I used to use with it. And that's the thing, like my mom says, like when I was little, I would incorporate, like I didn't stick with one, like I would play with trolls and Barbies. I always kind of compare myself to that kid from Toy Story, because like all of my toys, I would like kind of, you know, combine all of the different brands and different things. So I have Littlest Pet Shops with Beanie Babies and all these different things. Okay, so this set is cool. Let me just aim this up here. That was kind of crooked, but it's okay. Okay, so this is what it would, this is what came with it. And I don't have any of my Barbies out to kind of show you, but you can imagine. So actually, just to show you, oh, this video is getting progressively more ridiculous, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, so this set came with, so this stuff I would have with my Littlest Pet Shop. So we've got this little Barbie cat. And this little golden retriever. I always liked this carrying case too. I just thought it was pretty. And we've got a bunch of really cool pieces. So let's go close up here and see. got some Alpo cat food. And you'd have your little shelf. Okay, so just to show you the pieces. So you have your little dog food and cat food. I feel like they don't make Barbie stuff the same way they used to. They have some pretty cool sets now I've seen, but I strictly collect 80s and 90s. Otherwise, like, if you're familiar with me, you know that I'm a collector at heart, so it can get out of hand. Like, I collect tarot cards, I collect Halloween, I collect, like, holiday decor, I collect vintage teacups, I collect craft supplies, I collect vintage, like, memorabilia, nostalgia, I collect... Is that it? I feel like there's more, but anyways, so this is what I would do. So then I would go in with this stuff and add it to the shelf. And you'd set up your little store. And this Barbie set came with some cool pieces here. I'll show you. Why not? If you're already here. Let's look. Okay, 2 little food dishes. Down a little closer to finish showing you this little stuff. But so I've got a little comb. You could put it in there. There's little drawers. Little scissors. And you know, if you had some of this stuff, this could be technically used for charms too. Little bones. I think this is like a dish or something. I just put those other dishes right here. A little mirror. That would actually be a cool charm. It's like a little trimmer. Tiny little comb. So yeah, this video got out of hand real quick, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Oh gosh, anyways, if you're still here watching this relaxing portion of the video, hopefully relaxing, that was my intention, thank you so much. If you want to see more of this stuff, let me know. I really hope that you enjoyed this or the reading or hopefully both, and we will see you next time. And don't forget to, I have this oracle, like these vintage oracle, not oracles, I use them as oracles with the oracle pogs, but pogs. So I've got that stuff, and like I mentioned, I've got like all different kinds of things from the 90s. So if you enjoyed this, maybe like once a month we can look through something, different Barbie sets or different things. I don't know, something kind of fun. It kind of gives me a reason or something to do with this stuff too. So yeah, anyways, we're going to wrap up. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we'll see you next time.